Alrighty, I hereby call to session this regularly scheduled meeting of the Sunderland Selectboard. The time is 6:30 on the nose. Our first order of business today. We're going to take a tiny break so we don't get some feedback. Alrighty. Wonderful. Sorry about that, folks. All right, I'm just going to start over so we go fresh from there. I hereby call to order this regularly scheduled meeting of the Sunderland Select Board. The time is 6:30 on the nose. Our first order of business today is going to be to approve our Select Board meeting minutes from 1/6 and 1/21/2025. I would entertain a motion.
Do we do one at a time or both?
One at a time?
One at a time. Make a motion that we approve the minutes from 1/6/25, January 6th.
Second.
We have a motion made and seconded to approve the minutes from 1/6/25. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, 3-0.
Motion to approve the minutes from January 21st, 2025.
Second.
All right, we have a motion made and seconded to approve the minutes from January 21st, 2025. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, 3-0. Thank you. Alrighty, under new business, our first order of new business is going to be to review the Sunderland caucus for 2025. Becky, if you don't mind going over that with us, we will tackle that.
So the caucus, the listing for the caucus was signed, I'm sorry, I left all the copies downstairs.
Not a problem.
Do you recall what they were, who was on? The
So-
caucus will be, what date?
Let me pull it up. I have it.
Perfect, yeah.
Is it
Have
in
it
the
here.
SharePoint?
Yes.
It's in the SharePoint, yep. All right, so the date of the caucus will be March 3rd, 2025, 6 p.m., right here in the Sunderland Town offices. Up for election will be the following offices. I got it right here, thank you. Assessors will have one for a term of 3 years. Select Board will have one for a term of 3 years. Board of Health will have one for a term of 3 years. Library trustees, 3 for terms of 3 years each. Moderator, 1 for a term of 1 year. Planning Board, 1 for a term of 5 years. Riverside Cemetery trustee, 1 for a term of 3 years. Sunderland Elementary School Committee, 1 for a term of 3 years. Frontier Regional School Committee, 1 for a term of 3 years. Town Clerk, 1 for a term of 3 years. And Town Park Trustee, 1 for a term of 3 years. So anyone who might be interested in running for one of those offices, feel free to reach out to any of the currently serving members of the boards if you have questions, or to Becky if you have questions. And otherwise, or if you are interested, either way, we'd love to see you come out in March to support the town's functioning. Anything else that, Crystal, Dan, anything you want to add?
I'm good.
Wonderful. All right, I'm assuming you need a motion to accept and approve the
Yes, we do.
caucus. All right.
I motion we accept the caucus as stated by Nathaniel.
Second.
All right, we have a motion made and seconded to accept and approve the caucus as stated earlier. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, 3-0. Wonderful. All right. Next up is the Select Board review of alternate representative for the FERCog.
The reason I brought this up is I noted Dan is the FERCog representative, and a meeting is coming up this month and this week, I believe. And I wasn't sure if he could make it, but I noted that there's no alternate listed, and I could fill in as an alternate if you would like, if there are times Dan might not be able to make it.
I mean, I would like to have you be the alternate if you don't mind doing so.
Yeah.
I'm trying to avoid taking on any more responsibility than I already have. But yeah, I would be comfortable certainly having you be our alternate in Dan's absence.
Yep.
Do we have a motion to approve or to appoint?
Motion to appoint Rebecca as the alternate to the FERCog.
Wonderful.
Second.
All right, we have a motion made and seconded to appoint Rebecca as the alternate to the FERCog. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, 3-0. And thank you very much for doing that. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, so that is all of our new business today, which is nice and easy. Our first order of old business will be select board updates. The only thing I have is not town specific, just I wanted to remind everybody in town that every single citizen of Sunderland has intrinsic value and is cared about by the town. And regardless of what is happening at any other level other than town level, I want you to make sure that you know that. And if anyone feels like they need support in these trying times, to please reach out to the select board or to Becky or to any of the other town officials, and we will do what we can to try to support you. All right, Crystal, do you have anything?
So I've got South County EMS on Thursday. Hopefully we'll hear the rest of the budget and have a feel for that. And then earlier this evening, we had Personnel Committee, and we are working towards recommendations for COLAs and step increases, and hopefully within the next couple of weeks, we'll be able to present that.
Wonderful. Anything else?
That's it for me.
Dan?
Just one thing, I did attend the FERCog council meeting last week, and the notable piece of information is that they're redoing the charter. First time, I think, in decades, since I think that since they originally did it. Nothing really, wow, but they're just making it, streamlining it, and kind of bringing it to 2025. So that's coming through in each of the towns. Well, at some point, I think it's going to end up, I don't know if it's a town meeting, but it'll come through for approval from each of the towns.
Great.
Oh, I'll look out for that.
Yep.
Well, that's wonderful news, because things are so much different now than they were 20 years ago that, just language-wise, just, in terms of modernizing it, I think that's a valuable exercise in its own. Wonderful. Anything else, Dan?
That's it.
Great. All right, town minister updates. Becky?
I had a meeting with I had a meeting with Deerfield on Friday to discuss the transfer station. It was a Zoom meeting. In attendance from Deerfield was their highway superintendent, I believe the accountant, the town administrator and assistant town administrator, and Jan Amin.
Good.
Jan has done some number crunching, and I will forward to you what she has produced and to the Energy Committee. But they're looking, the thing I am in search of now is a survey that Jan believes the Energy Committee did about 6 years ago, when they first started looking at the transfer station. So I'll reach out to them again and see if they have that survey.
I vaguely remember them telling us about that survey when they came in the first time to talk to us, probably 3 years, or at least the first time I was present for, I think about 3 years ago. Not a great chance that I still have that, but I will take a look and see if I can find it.
Oh, great. That'd be helpful.
Okay. Great. Thank you for doing that. I appreciate you taking point on that. That's a very important item for us.
I think they're they're pretty serious about it. It's still uncertain how the numbers will work out. They are running a gap of about 4,000. They 4,000 in the red, that is filled by town money. But the program goal is to be self-sufficient, so they're going to be making adjustments too. But they might find a way to utilize potential fees from the town of Sunderland to help fill that gap. So
We can help pay a little bit of their overhead, makes it better for both towns for sure.
yes,
Yep.
yeah.
Great.
So we're working on that.
Wonderful. That'll be great news, and I'm sure the Energy Commission will be excited about that also. I know this has been one of their priorities for a while now. Great. Anything else?
Not tonight.
Wonderful. All right. That is the end of our old business. Under correspondence, we do have a letter from one of our town seniors regarding the new senior center building. Do you want me to read it into record, or do you just want to acknowledge it?
It's your choice. I guess reading it into the record would be,
All right.
is that what you normally do?
So we've gotten multiple letters from seniors, and we
Yeah.
have not read them into record, have we?
I don't think we have in the past.
Okay. Doesn't matter to me either way.
Yeah, I think what would probably make the most sense would be to acknowledge the letters and make them available if anyone's interested in reading them. I do believe also at least some of the letters are letters that have been also published in local newspapers or refer to, allude to publications.
I don't believe I have a folder of prior letters, but I can collect them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have some in our email also. We can bring those together. But anyways, I will summarize. It is in support of finding a permanent location for the senior center, which is of course a priority that all of us are working on. So wonderful. All right. That is last correspondence. We don't have anyone in the room, and I don't see anybody online. So no public comment today. No executive session, of course. Our next budget hearing meeting with the Finance Committee will be next Monday, February 10th, at our normal 6:30 time. And our next regular town business meeting will be Tuesday, February 18th, which will be the day after President's Day, I believe it is, on that Monday. So it'll be Tuesday, February 18th, not Monday, the 17th. And that will be our next regular normal business meeting. All right.
And at the next budget hearing, we'll be hearing from the fire chief and the highway superintendent, and I'll be presenting the select board budget.
Wonderful.
And there's possibility we might hear from South County EMS.
All right. If you do hear from South County EMS, obviously let us know when you do so that
Right
we
away.
can prepare for that. Yep. Great. All right. In that case, at the time, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I motion we adjourn.
Second?
All right. We have a motion made and seconded to adjourn. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. 3-0. And the time is 6:41 p.m. Thank you very much.